Time's up, everyone. If you're new here, my name is um, and in today's video, we are going to start with this little series. It's basically true crime. So if you like true crime, I'm your girl. Where I study cases and I just make a video and I just let people just talk about it. Um, Another thing about me, I like true crime. When I'm not playing a game, I'm always making fun. So I just thought maybe um we could just like dive into it. I want to see how this video does first, and then work my way around it. Not work my way around it, but I want to see the feedback. I want to be able to make it in with the chin. Um, and so I thought maybe doing a video because I'm um, where I just pick a random like case or murder or mystery and just talk about using. I'm thinking of a great um account because I feel like it'll be easy and then it won't be like a everyday thing. So I'm showing you at the top of this video is the Tylenol Murders, which was crazy because even just researching this one alone felt weird. Like you have, that somebody really did that, like somebody really took the time and just, and like the crazy part is I don't even think they even caught the people that did it. That is also what like intrigues me too because I feel like they did never caught the people that did it. That's crazy to me. So what were the Tylenol murders? The Tylenol murders refers to a series of poisonings in the Chicago area in the 1982, where at least 7 people died after taking Tylenol capsules that had been secretly laced with potassium cyanide, which is also crazy. Like the fact that somebody might operate it that way to where it unfortunately killed into the lives of 7 people is so diabolical. So basically, what were the Tylenol murders? So in September, between September and October 1982, 7 people in the Chicago metropolitan area died suddenly after taking extra strength Tylenol capsules that had been tampered with and filled with potassium cyanide. Victims included a 12-year-old girl and multiple members of the same family. The poisons appeared random, targeting everyday customers. So just imagine like you going to the store and just getting like some Tylenol, right? Or whatever like it is a headache, right? Specifically Tylenol, I don't know. And it just unfortunately ends up, which is crazy. Which was a 12-year-old guy, 12-year-old guy, right? The 12-year-old girl died from it. That's also a little crazy within itself. And it's also those um the how did the case unfold? For how the case unfolded. Sorry. Investigators discovered that the Tylenol bottles had been removed from store shelves, frozen, and then returned for unsuspecting customers to buy. Um, that is a scary family to know people that are like sick in the head can like definitely like take something that everyday consumers buy, right? Tamper with it and put it back on the shelf for people to buy, not knowing it's just probably to relieve a headache or just any part of the muscle that hurts, if that makes sense. And I think that is what uh, I don't know. I think that is also what makes it that it makes it like almost like sickening. Like you gotta be one sick individual who take, you know, what everyday consumers buy, right? And just poison it, fill it with poison or whatever they did and put it back on the shelf for people. Um for whatever people did, right? And just put it back on the shelf. I think that is also sickening as well. Um the manufacturer Johnson and Johnson issued a massive recall of 31 million bottles, valued over 100 million at the time. The incident led to tampered evidence packaging becoming standard in the U.S. Federal anti-tampering laws being created, which is something that is good considering that. Like considering what, we just talked about or what I just said, I think that also is something that kind of played a part into suspects and investigation. Because everything I'm gonna be talking about is mm, really just gonna put it in the description and you can kind of look it up for yourselves. Um, Despite one man, James Lewis, being considered a primary suspect for decades, no one has ever been charged with the murders. Lewis died in 2023. 2023 still denied involvement. The case remains one of the most famous, famous unsolved mass poisonings in U.S. history. Recent media and renewed interest. Netflix released a docu-series in 2025 about a cold case, the Tylenol Murders, releasing the investigation and interviewing key figures. The case continues to be studied by criminology, public safety, and prosecuting fields. That is crazy. Um, so they pretty much got one nail, but he kind of denied, and then he died in 2020. He's not really, so we really don't know he did. Something also kind of understanding. Sources, firefighters' account of the case, public safety impact. Wikipedia summary of the Chicago Town Murder, Chicago History Museum of Review, people, coverage of the Netflix docuseries. What? Uh, so that's pretty much it. That pretty much just sums it up, to be honest. Uh, so yeah, pretty much like anything that I've found. Um, let's see what we can do because everything that I kind of talked about and what like we want to, let's see, you can just, 'cause I want to make this, I'm just gonna put a timeline down here as well, just in case you also want to be able to, yeah, I'm also gonna put the timeline in here as well. Um, so let me see. So we're gonna just go over the timeline just to make it a little bit good. I'm gonna go over the timeline. So here's a okay. Tylenol Murders using stable, well-documented historical information. We're gonna basically no research result. This is just what I was able to find. Timeline breakdown: the Tylenol Murders, 1982, September 17th. Okay, September 29th, 1982. The first deaths: 12-year-old Mary Pillerman, Elko Village dies after taking extra Tylenol. Adam Donners, 27, dies later that same day after taking Tylenol. His brother Stanley and his sister-in-law Teresa take Tylenol at the family home while grieving. Both collapsed shortly after. These cluster deaths raised immediate suspicion. On September 30th, 1982, public warning issued. Investigators linked deaths to cyanide-laced Tylenol capsules. Police drive through neighborhoods with loudspeakers warning residents not to take Tylenol. Hospitals began to remove Tylenol from shelves. October 1st through the 2nd of 1982, more victims identified. The additional deaths are connected to Tylenol. Tylenol, Mary Mariner, 27, Paula Prince, 35, and flight attendant Mary McFarland, 31. This brings a total of 77 confirmed victims. Early October 1982, nationwide recall. Johnson & Johnson issues a massive recall of 31 dollars a time. The company offers to replace capsules with safer lid tablets. The FDA urges all consumers to stop using Tylenol capsules entirely. Late 1982, investigation focused on temperament. Authorities determined the bottle were taken from store shelves and poisoned to return. No evidence suggests contamination occurred at the manufacturing plant. That is crazy. So again, in 1983, anti-tampering laws introduced. The U.S. Congress passes the Federal Anti-Tampering Act, making product tampering a federal crime. Tamper-evident packaging became standard across the across the country. 1982 to the 2000s, early 2000s, suspects in Leeds. James Lewison's letter demanding money to stop the killings. He's convicted of extortion, not murder. He remains a long-time suspect, but is never charged with the poisonings. Multiple leads are investigated over the decades, but leads to no arrests. Um, in 2009, the case reopened. Investigators re-examined evidence with modern forensic techniques. Lewis remains a person of interest. So I think this happened while he was still alive. So 2023, death of primary suspect. Uh, James Lewis died still denying involvement. The case remains unsolved. 2025, renewed public interest. A major documentary series reviews the case, bringing new attention to the investigation. Yeah. So, okay. A major documentary series reviews the case, bringing new attention to the investigation and impact of consumer safety. Yeah, so that is pretty much what it is. Like I said, I'm going to try to really focus on so I'm going to let me try work my way around it's still so um like I said, I'm going to try my best to try to absorb everything, um, especially with the timeline. If you want a deeper, um, deeper understanding, like I said, I'm just definitely something I'm looking toward through. So I'm gonna try my best. So hopefully you guys like this video as well. Um, so I will see you guys in my next video. I hope that you guys like this video. Like I said, I'm gonna try my best to see how this one does. If it takes off the way that I want it to, just because I like it so much, I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep going. But yeah.